Hello everyone. Selamat kembali
Hai.
ke program SIHAT Chit Chat with Optometrist. And today we are in our third episode and we're going to talk about red eyes for tonight. So tonight, this SIHAT Chit Chat with Optometrist, we have three experienced optometrists with us. First of all, I'm going to introduce you to them. Pertamanya kita ada Tuan Ahmad Fadullah, itu Presiden Persatuan Optometris Malaysia. Say hi Ahmad.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat malam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And secondly we have Lindsay, our Assistant Secretary of Association of Malaysian Optometrists. Say hi Lindsay.
Hello, good evening everybody. Salam sejahtera.
Thank you. And lastly we have Ana today, all the way from Sarawak. So Ana, say hi.
Hi everyone, it's Anna. I'm speaking to you all the way from Kuching, Sarawak.
Wow. So Ana
Jauh.
is also the ESCO for Association of Malaysian Optometrists, AMO. So as you guys already know, this SIHAT is actually an initiative by our association, AMO, to educate and to bring awareness about different topics on eye care and healthcare, vision care for the Malaysian public. So you're going to hear from us fortnightly on Wednesday, every Wednesday, 9 p.m. on these different topics. So if you have any questions, on the topics, you can always comment below, comment on the chat box or on the comments for the Facebook or YouTube. Yeah. So today topic is about red eyes ataupun say mata merah, and this mata merah I think always happens at least I think everyone pernah mengalami mata merah once in their lifetime. So this mata merah, normally we go to see doctor and we get some medication. Sometimes doctor will give medications. Sometimes the doctor will just just went home and just take a rest. Then basically you just after a few days akan hilang. So we want to find out today. We're going to find out what is actually mata merah. We're going to want to know about the symptoms, tanda-tanda untuk mata merah. Kita nak tahu apa kaitan mata merah dengan masalah mata dan sebagainya. So all of this will be answered by our panelists for tonight. So let's go for our first question for today, iaitu berkenaan dengan definisi ataupun maksud mata merah itu sendiri. So I'm going to pass this to our honorable panelist Ahmad. Tuan Ahmad. So basically apa yang dimaksudkan dengan mata merah ni? Dia merah menyala ke, merah sikit-sikit ke, ataupun apa sebenarnya? Silakan.
Mata merah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mata merah ni sama lah macam Syuk cakap tadi. Mata ada apa? Merah menyala lah, ada macam nampak darah ke. Sebenarnya mata merah ni kalau kita nak tahu, kita boleh tengok je dekat cermin. Kat cermin kita tengok, kita buka mata besar-besar sikit. So kita tengok kat bahagian mata putih kita ni, kita panggil bukan yang dalam kelopak ni, yang dekat dalam mata putih tu. So yang hitam kat tengah tu bahagian kornea. So yang bahagian putih tu, bahagian sklera tu, kita nak tengok merah yang macam mana. So kalau merah yang macam ada darah ke, ada line ke, apa-apa yang berlaku kat kawasan putih tu merah, itulah mata merah. Dan mata merah ni boleh jadi sebelah mata sahaja ataupun boleh jadi di kedua-dua belah mata. Dan biasa simptom yang terjadi dengan mata merah ni disebabkan dia simptom dia macam gatal atau ada dry, ada discharge, ada terkait mata. Lepas tu kalau mata merah lagi sensitif dekat cahaya dan sakit. Dan benda ni sebenarnya kalau mata merah pula, kita boleh bagi kepada dua. Satu emergency, satu bukan emergency. Yang mana yang emergency ni kita memang kena dapatkan perhatian segera, mungkin kena pergi kita refer kepada doktor pakar mata iaitu optometrist. Sekiranya mata merah tu datang dengan mata merah, sakit dan pertama mata merah, kedua sakit, ketiga penglihatan yang kabur. So bila ada 3 ni sekali dekat mata kita, kita perlu di refer segera sebab benda tu memang very urgent. So itu saja daripada saya untuk permulaan pembukaan ni.
Oh, dah panjang lebar dah tu Ahmad.
Panjang. Alamak.
Baru topik.
Okey.
Okay, tak apa. Kita banyak lagi soalan untuk malam ni. So we're going to ask our second question for to Lindsay. Lindsay, basically Ahmad just mentioned just now the definitions, what we are seeing for people with grey eyes. So of course, I think there's a variety of causes for red eyes. So many different things that can happen to our eyes that can cause the redness. So can you elaborate a little bit about the common causes? I mean, what's the usual causes for red eyes, please?
Thanks, Shukri. I love the introduction as well just now from Tuan Ahmad. If we're going to list down, as you know, right, about the causes, we have a whole list of causes. And even now, when you're asking me common causes, I'm actually challenging myself because I feel everything seems common, but I also need to choose and pick and choose, right? If not, I think sejam pun tak cukup kita bincang pasal ni kan. So if you look at it here, I think the most common, I would say that could occur even as soon as we get up from sleep, in the morning, sometimes we find our eyes a bit red. Correct? Not all of us, but sometimes, right? And then when we even eat certain food, right, allergies or anything, that could trigger even a red eye. Or as common as you accidentally rub your eyes too much, that could trigger a red eye, right? So as what Tuan Ahmad just now rightfully pointed out, that we have to see some causes of red eye could actually be an emergency case. Some could be something that could be managed instantly as well. So if we look at it here, sometimes when we blow our nose too hard, that could also cause, like for example, something called a subconjunctival hemorrhage, right, which is macam a bright red patch. Dia macam you accidentally put a drop of ink on your eye, a red ink, and it's just there, it doesn't move, right? So all this actually happens is I wouldn't say it's actually an emergency case, but you definitely have to actually see an optometrist, right, to really rule out whether this is something that could be managed. Sometimes when you have dry eyes, your eyes are too dry, you have been staring at our computer or digital screen, we have been work from home for a long period of time, that could actually strain our eyes. We tend to forget to blink. And when we tend to forget to blink, there is no tear production, and that will also contribute to dry eyes, which could also be one of the causes actually that could lead to eye redness. Other causes I would say would be physical irritation kan, macam ada habuk masuk mata, dust, and then sometimes improper use of even devices like even contact lens, for example, right? So improper use. So for example, that if you're using a reusable contact lenses, you don't clean your contact lenses properly, you overuse them. Instead of using it, if it's a 1 monthly contact lenses, you abuse and use it longer than 1 month. Daily lenses, you use it for a couple of days, just because you use a short period of time. So all those actually are actually contributing factors, right, that that could cause red eyes. Allergies, from food, as I said, even for example from makeup, even your facial products that enters your eye, even when you're shampooing your hair, when your shampoo enters your eyes, it actually turns red, right? So these are actually most of the common causes. Another thing that I would actually like to stand out is actually conjunctivitis, right? This is actually an inflammation of the surface of the eye, where just now, when we talked about the white part of your eye, right, the sclera, and on top of the sclera, you will have a transparent layer, like a jelly layer. and that layer actually has blood vessels, and when it's inflamed it becomes red. So those are actually some of the conditions that would be common, and maybe my fellow panelists here can actually add on as well, right, on what other causes as well.
Ahmad ada nak tambah ke?
Tak,
Sila tambah
saya
sebab
saya
mungkin
kagum sebab dia sangat tepat dan padat.
Yes, that's right, betul. Because basically, thank you, Lindsay. Basically, the causes the causes for red eye is so many, because our eye is the organ that's actually exposed to the environment most.
exactly.
Even for our mouth, we can close our mouth,
True.
even for nose, the protections, the ears, but the eyes, it's just a blinking, and if we want to see, we need to keep it open. If we want to move, we need to keep it open, and it's exposed to various kinds of things all around us. So there's lots of causes for red eyes. But of course, I'm very interested to hear about, just now you mentioned about contact lenses, you mentioned about allergies, you mentioned about conjunctivitis, you also mentioned about dry eyes, all of this which particularly can be like detected and can be somehow managed by the optometrist and detected by the optometrist. So this is very important because, of course, as in our SIHAT, Chit Chat with Optometrists, is we want to create the awareness for all of you viewers outside that all of these conditions that's causing red eyes can be detected and somehow managed by the optometrist. Okay, so we already knows about the definitions, we knows about the common causes. Next is about the symptoms, because of course red eyes is the itself a symptoms in terms of the redness, but sometimes it can come with other accompanying symptoms. For examples, that's related to visions, might be blurriness or something related to vision. So I want to know more about vision related symptoms that comes with red eyes, and I want to pass this question to Anna. Please, Anna, please enlighten me about this.
Thanks, Shukri. Number one, I feel like, the most important is suddenly redness, the eyes become red, blur vision, and you feel nauseous. That is really an eye emergency. When you have that, do seek an opinion from an optometrist. They have slit lamp, they can check your eyes to find out what is actually going on. Sometimes when you feel like it is just purely red eye, it may not just be the whole part of the white part of your eye. It could be at the corner, or it could be around the eye that is due to contact lens wear. Like in order to add on with what Lindsay has mentioned earlier, apart from the type of lenses, sometimes you may have changed to a different type of multi-purpose solution where you have allergic reaction to it. So it can cause you to have red eyes as well. So once it happens, you may have, for example, watery eyes, there's discharge. Whenever there's discharge, you also have to see your optometrist. They have to determine what type of discharge it is, whether it is yellowish. Sometimes it's yellowish, we will know that it could be related to bacteria. But when it's clear, don't think of it as, oh, my eyes are just watery, but sometimes it is not. It could be viral infection. So that is when you really have to get your eyes checked. And itchiness, sometimes redness can be due to itchiness, their grittiness. All these things are interrelated to red eye or any other eye condition that is coming with it. So another really important part that is sensitive to light, because once redness, and when it affects our cornea, that is like the window or to our vision. So you will have sensitive to light, and then you don't like it. So this is when you really have to see your optometrist. It could be, there might be a cut on your cornea. They could cause your eye to become red. There is a traumatic red eye, or it could be viral infection, or it could be contact lens wear that is improper. So any things that is related to your red eye, always ask your optometrist first, because optometrists can actually diagnose all the eye condition and they will direct you to the right channel for a proper management plan. Even if they cannot help you to solve it, it is really important because they will know who is the right person to refer to. Because I myself, I have seen patients who they suffering from red eye, on and off, and they went to the pharmacy to get an eye drop. Or once they use it, and they love it. Every time the redness happens, they drop it. It happens and drop it. And eventually, this patient suffer from glaucoma. It is apparently that eye drop contains steroid, and the person who use it is not aware of it. So because it could have the patient when he first went to the pharmacy could have acute red eye, so was given an eye drop with steroid. So every time when you drop it, wow, it feels good, right? It clears out right away. But he didn't know about what would be the possible side effect from the eye drop, that is glaucoma. So when he came back a couple years later, when I checked his eyes, why he suffered from glaucoma just on one eye, and he showed me because I asked him if he used any eye drop. He just showed me, I've been using this eye drop, and I look at it, wow, it contains steroid. He has been using it for many years, and this is something that we don't want. So he only left with about 10% of the central vision, and he can't see the side vision at all. Okay, so that is when, if you have yes, if you have any dry eyes, do seek from your friendly optometrist. Or even right now during the endemic, we will feel that it is very difficult for you to go. Sometimes even take a picture and to send it to your optometrist, and they will be able to help you whether you have to come in or what you should do next. So don't forget about your optometrist. They can do a lot of things for you. Okay, so I hope that covers what are the symptoms that could be related to red eyes.
All right, thank you so much, Anna. So I can see that having red eyes can cause troubles to us in terms of visions. Like we can be blind because of the red eyes. There's an emergency cases that is related to red eyes. Sometimes, however, most of the time, actually, red eyes is just like it can go away on its own, or can just be managed with some sort of therapeutics medications, which should stop when, like you mentioned just now, once the red eye is gone, we should not continue the steroid drops. And I actually have one or two cases just like what you say just now in my practice. So it's very, very kesian lah for patients that continue using these steroid drops when they're supposed to stop after the acute red eyes resolve. So okay, now we have a few symptoms that is related to vision blurriness. Next is because red eyes might be caused by the allergies. So and allergies can be from different sources. And might be ditunjukkan melalui pelbagai cara dan simptom. So I want to ask these questions to Lise. What are allergy-related symptoms that may occur along with red eyes? Silakan.
Sure. Thanks, Shukri, for passing over this, question to me. I think first of all, right, kita kena look back lah. Whether the allergy, it could be food allergy, could be basic as that. Like for me personally, I would actually tell that I'm allergic to certain seafood, for example, right? So when I eat, for example, crab or prawns, which I'm allergic to, and actually I'm actually telling everybody I am allergic to crab and prawns. Okay, but I guess it's not the secret. Those who know me close would actually know about this. So when I eat that, right, so what happens is I get itchy eyes, red eyes. I also get, like, for example, swelling right? Facial swelling. It could be my eyes swelled up, my eyelids swelled up. Sorry, not my eyes. So we've got to correct that. And then I have, itchy nose, and sometimes even difficulty breathing. That is the worst case scenario that has happened to me before, right? And I think another thing is we also have to take note of, like, when insect bites. Kadang-kadang, we're just so unlucky, right? That we just get bitten by some sort of insects like mosquito, even as basic as a mosquito near the eye area, that could actually have, that give you a red eye, or maybe you accidentally, sneeze too hard because of sinus. Okay, this is another thing. When I was younger, I used to have sinus as well. I mean, from personal experience, and it's a true thing. It looks like all these allergy part. You can talk to me, in a way. So when I have sinus, right, and you keep blowing your nose, and it is also accompanied by red eyes, right?
Oh.
And it looks like, I haven't, even though I've just slept, had a good rest, but it looks like, from my face, that I have not slept. And so these are actually some of the common, I would say, symptoms. Hives, I would say, in our region in Malaysia would be quite, is there, but I don't think so it's as rampant for hives, right? For our current, situation or weather. But then I think another thing is, I guess, most commonly would also be skin allergy, right? That's also something that could accompany red eye. So I think those are actually quite, I would say, relatable things, because personally it's happened to me, and I've seen friends and family as well going through that, and even patients actually when I was doing clinical practice before. So that's quite common.
Lisa, I have one additional questions. Is there any contact lens allergy related to red eyes?
Okay, I would not name any particular, I would say, brand, but there has been new innovations in the market, right? In markets like Japan, where there is actually a contact lens that has been approved with for allergy, right? But of course, I think it will take time before it comes to our part of the region. But I wouldn't be able to give the exact timing or the name of the product, because I think we don't want to mislead everybody. But there is actually an innovation that has actually just came out in the market, right? Where there is contact lens where you put it on for allergy.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So it's some sort of therapeutic contact lens, right?
Yes, exactly. But there's also other therapeutic contact lenses, like bandage contact lenses, right? Like those who have corneal, maybe slight injury, or those who went through a corneal transplant procedure or corneal procedure may need to use a bandage contact lens, right? So another thing is, I also have to highlight, right? Contact lens is a medical device. Sorry to say this. A lot of people actually, when we say contact lens, they say, "Oh, I can buy it at my beauty salon. I could buy it, anywhere, the night market," which is wrong. I would have to say, as an optometrist, I have to applaud if the public is watching, and even we as optometrists have to keep educating everybody that it's actually contact lens is actually a medical device, and there's an optical act where it has to be actually prescribed by an optometrist or an authorized registered practitioner with the Ministry of Health, right? Or MOC, I would say. So I think I just wanted to bring it up because I think there's a lot of anyway, seems like you can even buy contact lens on e-commerce platform nowadays, right? Social media. So I went a little bit out of topic, but since we were talking about contact lens therapeutic and red eye, which is in a way there is a ripple effect, dia macam connected lah anyhow. So nak bagi nasihat je lah, jumpa optometrist untuk mendapatkan contact lens yang sesuai dan patut bagi anda.
Because I think contact lens and red eyes memang tak boleh berpisah.
Correct. Betul.
First time user
betul.
ataupun yang tak biasa pakai, mesti bila pakai akan nampak merah dulu. It takes quite some time before the red eyes itself resolve. But of course, good contact lens, good quality contact lens with a proper checkup, proper fitting by optometrists, proper follow-up and advice from healthcare professional then the red eye is not an issue. It just just a short term things that nak membiasakan diri untuk pakai contact lens itself lah. So that itself contact lens, nanti kita akan ada topik contact lens.
Betul. Kalau cakap sejam pun tak cukup.
Satu hari tak habis rasanya.
Betul.
Okay. So let's back to our topic about red eyes ni. Kita dah tahu about vision related, allergy related red eyes. Just nak minta mungkin kita punya panelist Ahmad, is there any other abnormal symptoms yang kita boleh tengok melalui mata merah? Basically mata merah tu ada tak cerita-cerita yang abnormal lain yang kita boleh nampak?
Macam mana tu, Syuk?
Like macam mungkin penyakit-penyakit lain yang kita boleh nampak melalui mata merah,
Banyak je sebenarnya penyakit-penyakit lain yang boleh kita nampak untuk yang mata merah ni, macam contohnya cornea ulcer, ada epiphleritis, scleritis, lepas tu ada iritis, anterior uveitis, lagi foreign body masuk dekat dalam mata pun boleh menyebabkan mata merah. Chemical injury dekat mata boleh menyebabkan mata merah. Lagi satu macam post-op LASIK, post-op cataract pun ada boleh menyebabkan mata merah. Jadi saya nak tekankan kat sini lah, macam mungkin anything selepas post-op, tak kisahlah post operation LASIK ke cataract ke, kalau dalam masa seminggu ke macam tiba-tiba mata tu merah, so benda tu adalah emergency, dan sila berjumpa balik dengan optometrist ataupun doktor mata untuk pastikan yang kita punya yang merah tu bukan disebabkan oleh yang boleh menyebabkan jadi benda lain, macam boleh menyebabkan buta ke apa ke. So benda ni penting lah, yang mana post-op. Post operation.
Post operation is lepas pembedahan. Lepas pembedahan. So follow up dengan ophthalmologist, would these patients boleh pergi ke optometrist sama untuk dapatkan check up?
Ya, betul.
Boleh jugalah. Alright, good.
Untuk pastikan dululah, kalau macam tak ada apa-apa, mungkin boleh relax dulu. Tapi contoh kalau misal kata yang paling kita takut, yang kita acute glaukoma tu lah. Acute glaukoma tu dia akan mata merah, sakit dengan blur vision terus. Yang itu memang kena cepat-cepat, sebab memang benda ni dia very urgent lah, yang emergency punya case lah. Macam tu. Nanti kalau nak tahu, pergi jumpa optometrist kat private practice pun, kita ambil IOP, tengok IOP tinggi. Tu memang betul-betul lah tu acute glaucoma.
Betul. Sepatutnya optometrist dekat luar sana, untuk pendengar-pendengar kita dekat luar sana, as you might know, you can see optometrist dekat practice optometrist di luar sana, di mana practice optometrist ini mempunyai kelengkapan untuk melakukan pemeriksaan mata yang lengkap. Sebagai contoh, macam tadi Ana ada mention silian biomikroskop, iaitu mikroskop mata, di mana mereka akan melihat kita punya bahagian mata depan, bahagian luaran mata, dan a little bit of bahagian dalam mata. Kemudian optometris juga ada, macam Ahmad cakap, ada satu alat yang panggil sebagai tonometer, di mana untuk mengukur tekanan dalam mata. Juga ada equipment lain. So setiap optometris mempunyai equipment mereka yang boleh mengesan apakah punca mata merah, itu, dan apakah yang boleh dilakukan. Adakah kes itu adalah kes emergency, adakah kes itu hanya sekadar common case yang will resolve by itself, ataupun mungkin hanya memerlukan tadi Ahmad ada mention about dry eye ataupun contact lens case yang di-mention oleh Lindsay, di mana semua perkara itu boleh diuruskan oleh optometrist di private practice. Dan of course nak kena jumpa dengan optometrist adalah dengan melalui pergi ke praktis dan pastikan jumpa dengan optometrist yang bertauliah, yang berdaftar dengan Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia. So optometrist ini, jika anda nak kenal, anda boleh bertanya ataupun lihat sijil tauliah daripada Majlis Optik Malaysia, Kementerian Kesihatan, di mana sijil tauliah Optometrist adalah berwarna hijau, dan sijil tauliah Optometrist, sebab Optometrist adalah seorang graduan universiti, degree universiti, jadi mereka sepatutnya mempunyai sijil ijazah sarjana muda daripada universiti yang mungkin dipamerkan di praktis mereka. So that's very important untuk berjumpa dengan optometrist jika mengalami mata merah, kerana mereka adalah primary eye care, orang yang pertama yang mungkin anda perlu, yang perlu anda jumpa supaya anda boleh dapatkan treatment yang tepat, yang exactly what you need without going everywhere, pergi ke jumpa dengan klinik sana, klinik sini, pergi jumpa kedai cermin mata, pergi jumpa hospital pakar, hospital kerajaan. So sometimes it's just a visit to optometrist with the proper equipment to do all the examinations will help you guys untuk menentukan what's actually the causes of red eyes. Kenapa mungkin dia sakit ke, tak sakit ke, kenapa dia ada tumpuk merah aja, bukan merah semuanya. So all of this adalah satu yang mungkin kita boleh tahulah. So of course it's already 9:32. Our topics, our time is already dah terlajak dah ni. So that's actually lots of questions about red eyes. But basically I think we need to stop dekat sini malam ni. Cuma I just want to go around, nak tanya mungkin last word from you guys lah. Let's start with Ana first. Ana, do you have anything to advise to our viewers tonight?
Yes, of course. Number one, whenever you have red eye, if in doubt, always ask your optometrist. They are trained to diagnose all the eye conditions. So always remember that. So if you do have any questions, regardless of any type of symptoms that comes together with your red eye, just give them a call or even just ask them. If you cannot go there, or if you're in the middle of your work and suddenly you look into the mirror and you see there's red eye, just give them a call. They will try to help you. And then, or even just to visit them, they will use all the necessary equipment. We are all equipped with these machines to help to diagnose all the eye conditions. So regardless of whether it's red eye or any eye condition, the first in line to speak to is always your neighborhood optometrist.
Perfectly said, Ana. Thank you so much. And how about you, Lindsay? Any last word for our audience tonight?
Okay, I think Anna summed it up really well. I think what I just want to actually emphasize is don't self-medicate, okay? Don't self-assume. Make sure you go and visit, like what Anna has advised, your community optometrist, the optometrist nearby you, to ensure that your eye health is taken care, because red eye could be something very mild or it could be something really serious for you, right? So thank you for having me here today, Shukri, Ahmad and Anna. And over to you back, Shukri.
Thank you to you too, Lindsay. And Ahmad, bagi sikit kata-kata semangat ke kata-kata nasihat kepada kita punya pendengar. Silakan.
Okay, Pak. Okay, kalau pada saya pula, yang benda ni sekiranya anda ada sebarang masalah penglihatan atau masalah dengan mata, tak pasti apa yang berlaku kat mata ke apa, pertama sekali pastikan anda semua kat luar sana berjumpa dengan optometris yang berdekatan dengan anda. Kita panggil optometris community. Kalau boleh lakukan pemeriksaan mata secara komprehensif, maknanya penuh, setahun sekali. Benda ni amat penting. Kita nak atau tak nak, setahun sekali lalu lakukan pemeriksaan mata dengan optometris. Ini penting. Kita nak tahu early intervention, apa-apa masalah mata yang kita boleh kesan dari peringkat awal. Optometris insya-Allah boleh kesan. Jadi saya mohon sangat-sangat jumpa optometris setahun sekali.
Yes. Betul. Sekejap, saya ada banner untuk ni. Saya pun nak tunjuk. Nah. See an optometrist really.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. So, okay, betul Ahmad. Memang kepentingan untuk jumpa dengan optometrist. I just sum it up. Anna mentioned the same thing. Issei mentioned the same thing. Ahmad mentioned the same thing. Is actually you need to see an optometrist if you have any things related to your eyes, because the optometrists are well trained, well equipped for your eyes to investigate your eyes conditions. And of course, even if you don't have any problems with your eyes, of course, regular checkup, comprehensive checkup with your optometrist is warranted. You basically see the optometrist, you just follow our advice from our president, see the optometrist yearly to get the checkup, so that they can rule out any issues with your eyes, because sometimes the eyes problems did not come with any symptoms. So the eyes is simple, it can be seen. But some or most of the case, sometimes it comes without any symptoms, tak ada tanda-tanda, tak ada early sign. Suddenly, the visions are gone, So that's very important. Okay, so that's it from us tonight from SIHAT, Chit Chat with Optometrist. I would like to thank Ahmad, Lindsay, and Anna. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being our panelists and share your wisdom tonight with our audience, our viewers for tonight. And well, I'm looking forward to get back with you guys in future. We're going to have this SIHAT Chit Chat with Optometrist fortnightly. On Wednesday, 9 p.m. for about half an hour. We're going to have different topics, and guess what? Because we already list down the topics. Next topic is on sunglasses and UV. So that's the topic for our upcoming episode. So I would like to thank you guys, and thank you to all listeners, to all viewers for being with us tonight with SIHAT. Tomorrow is Hari Malaysia, so I think we would like to wish
Selamat Hari Malaysia.
Hari Malaysia for all Malaysians out there. So thank you. Have a good night. Have a good public holiday. Have a good rest. Thank you.
Terima
See you
kasih.
next time. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for having
Assalamualaikum
me.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye.
Terima kasih, bye. Selamat Hari Malaysia.